Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Gusto kong i-share sa inyo itong post ni General Orlando E. Dillon. Sabi niya, looting legacy, looting pagnanakaw. Isinare niya yung column ni Mr. Jarius Bundok sa Philippine Star. Ang title sa article o opinion ni Mr. Jarius Bundok is Government to go bankrupt, Filipinos to go hungrier. Napakaganda po, madaling intindihin itong sinulat ni Mr. Jarius Bundok. English lang ito, kaya lang easy to understand. I-translate ko lang siguro sa Tagalog. Okay, January 29, 2025, Jarius Bundok. Sabi niya, politicos and bureaucrats misspend trillions of pesos each year. At the rate they're going, they'll bankrupt the government. Okay? Ang mga government leaders natin, dahil they're misspending sa hindi tamang paggastos ng ating government leaders, mababangkrap ang gobyerno. Okay. In 2024, they budgeted 5.768 trillion. Short of revenues by 42.65%, they borrowed 2.46 trillion. So, mas malaki yung gastos kumpara sa kinikita ng gobyerno, kaya nagkakautang tayo. Ang utang natin, inutang natin noong 2024 is 2.46 trillion. This 2025, they budgeted 6.326 billion. Again, short by 40.23%. They'll borrow 2.545 trillion. Ako. So, halos sa isang taon, umuutang ang gobyernong ito ng more than 2 trillion. Gastos ng gastos. Konti naman ang kinikita. So, what will happen? Imagine, ito, napakagandang example. A family is spending 6,326 every week, but having to loan 2/5 of it or 2,545, it would soon nil over. Talaga mababangkrap ka pag gumagastos ka ng sobra sa iyong kinikita. Ganon lang yung kasimple. By year end, magkano ng utang natin? The total public debt, yung utang, including past admins, will be 17.353 trillion. It will overshoot 20 trillion by the time President Bongbong Marcos steps down in 2028. Grabe. 20 trillion by 2028. Sobra pa. How will poor, hungry, undereducated Filipinos repay that? Tayo ang magbabayad yan. Yung 20 trillion, more than 20, tayo pa rin ang magbabayad yan. Okay, so, sana. With this 2025, they will plunder 1.265 trillion. Okay. In 2024, okay, according to Mr. Bundok, government leaders looted o ninakaw 1.153 trillion from public works and political ayuda. They engaged in 777 and 30 rackets from June to December. Ito yung pasabog ni Mayor Magalong. This 2025, they will plunder 1.265 trillion. With their loot, they buy non-essentials. Anong binibili? Signature bags, jewelry, machine pistols, luxury cars, mansions, all with no strategic development effect. They only burden the economy, no care for the people. So, kawawa ang taong bayan sa ginagawa ng ating mga government leaders. Last Christmas time, 2 in 3 families rated themselves poor and 1 in 4 starved. Those are SWS worst poverty and hunger statistics since 2003 and 2020. Ito, minomonitor ko ito talagang pagrabi na ang kahirapan ng Pilipino, yung self-rated poverty at saka yung hunger incidence. Yon ang resulta sa SWS survey. 76 million Filipinos tightened their belts. Food, water, medicines, schooling, electricity, gas, clothing, groceries, rent, and repairs cost shot up. Tumataas lahat ang bibilhin. Kaya mismo yung sikat na artista, si General Luna, si Jan Arcilla, nagreklamo na ako, may kinikita ako, nahihirapan ako, how much more yung mga ordinaryong mamamayan, sabi niya. Rice sold at more than 60 a kilo. 3 times BBM's campaign lie of 20. The poor had to eat less. Ang daming nabudol sa 20 pesos per kilo. Ngayon, yan na, 60 pesos per kilo yung medyo masarap. Kung gusto mo ordinary rice lang, 50. So wala pa rin, malayo sa promise. Congressmen, senators, and cabinet members blamed it all on typhoons dahil daw sa bagyo, yet they are the real culprits. Every year, they steal hundreds of billions of pesos in flood funds. In his July 2024 State of the Nation, BBM bragged about 5,500 completed flood works. All ghost, it turned out. 2 days of heavy rain ensued, floods deepened and widened. People lost homes, shops, farms, businesses, belongings, livelihoods, work, commerce, tourism halted. Evacuation facilities and relief goods were inadequate. So alam na natin yung fact check ng Katrina at iba pang typhoon. So ito, BSP, yung Bangko Sentral, had to sell 25 tons of gold and its governor left. Ngayon ko lang ito nalaman na nag-resign na pala ang governor ng Bangko Sentral. Hindi na nakayanan. Development Bank of the Philippines suddenly had no more money for rural business loans and its chairmans also left. Nako, resign din pala. Land Bank became undercapitalized. They even played with rice. Last June, BBM slashed import tariffs from 35 to only 15%. By year-end 2024, customs collection dropped 14.5 billion. Yun po ang lugi ng gobyerno dahil sa pagbaba ng taripa or buwis sa imported rice. Nawalan tayo ng 14.5 billion pesos according to Mr. Jarius Bundok. By law, that money could have gone to productivity aid to 2.4 million rice farmers. It's what consumers could have saved in buying the staple. Instead, a rice cartel profiteered 14.5 billion. Ang nakinabang sa pagbaba ng taripa o buwis ng imported rice, yung mga rice cartel. Sila ang nakinabang. A high customs official colluded with a handful of importers, wholesalers to control 3/4 of the trade. They have a very influential protector in Malacanang. Nako, sino kaya ito kung totoo? May protector from Malacanang. Now, they're making a show of solving the rice price crisis. The Department of Agriculture imposed a price cap of 58 per kilo. And then, they will listen to 50 in February and 40 in March. Yun na, natataranta na ang gobyerno. Parang may plano sila mag-declare ng food emergency situation. Kasi, hindi nila mapababa ang presyo ng bigas. So, ito po ang sinasabi ni Mr. Jarius Bundok dahil sa sobra ang ating gastos sa kinikita ng gobyerno, utang tayo ng utang, ay mababangkaruti ang gobyerno. So as a result, bangkaruti ang gobyerno, ang Pilipino lalong magugutom, lalong magdaranas ng kahirapan. So anong comment ninyo? Sang-ayon ba kayo sa opinion ni Mr. Jarius Bundok? I-comment ninyo. Salamat Mr. Jarius Bundok sa inyong pagsusulat ng ganito na sana makapagbigay liwanag sa mamamayang Pilipino.